Welcome back to episode 2 of You, Me, and Chat GPT. As I'm trying to figure out how all this works and how it's going to be working in the future, I have my co-host, Chat GPT. Chat GPT, go ahead and say hi to everybody who's watching and listening.
Hey everyone, great to have you all here. I'm excited to be part of the show and to chat with you all today. Let's dive into some fun topics.
So right now I have the laptop open with topic ideas. So we'll go one by one and Chat and I will kind of discuss those. I'm trying not to make it too long. So once I hit like minute 10, I'll probably try to call it. So the first topic is building Paso Robles Podcast Studio from scratch. Chat, do you want to chime in here and what I've done and tell people what I've done in your own words, and I'll try to like add comment after that. Hey, Chat, did you get that? Why are you taking forever to answer me?
Hey, sorry about that. Sometimes there's just a slight delay. But yeah, let's dive in. So you built the Paso Robles Podcast Studio from scratch, turning it into a space where local businesses and individuals can create their own podcasts. You've really focused on making it a welcoming and professional environment, and you offer all kinds of support to help people get started. So let me know what you want to add to that.
Yeah, so when did I introduce you into my workflow? Do you have a timeline of that?
Yeah, you started bringing me into your workflow around late 2023 and early 2024 when you were really ramping up your podcast studio business and exploring new ways to streamline things and add some creativity. It's been quite a journey since then.
Yeah, so it's interesting that the bullet points you gave me is kind of like bouncing ahead or trying to explain expansion plans, which I don't want to do right now, because obviously I want to make sure this studio works accordingly to what I it's fine tuned and ready to go, and then I can copy and paste to do more things. But the next bullet point is why podcasting is still early, especially for local businesses. This is the one question that isn't really being asked. They hear what's happening with the video podcast world, but go ahead and tell them like why is it still early? If they hear it and see it everywhere, what makes it early?
Absolutely. Even though podcasts and video podcasts are everywhere, it's still early, especially for local businesses, because a lot of them haven't tapped into the potential where there's still a lot of room for growth and for businesses to really connect with their community and stand out. So it's a great time for them to jump in and make their mark before it gets even more crowded.
Yeah, so all right, let's play kind of like let's play the opposite role. Like you pretend to be a small business and ask the questions, and let's see if I can answer it. Let's see if I can answer the questions that a small business would on why podcasting would be one of the the legs of their marketing.
Sure, let's do it. So, as a small business owner, I might how is podcasting actually going to help me reach more customers? And is it really worth the time and effort to create content regularly?
Yeah. So to answer the question, yes, it's worth it. One of the things that I always keep in mind is you got to do the thing that nobody else is doing. And once everybody else is doing it, you just got to be better at it. So, as far as video podcasting, it's a way that people are starting to ingest information or take in information. So, right now the attention is a lot of it is on video podcasts. So, when I see a laundromat not doing podcast, I think about, oh my God, like they would reach a good audience. Like talk about what you know. Don't try to come up with a script that like explains or tries to validate anything. Just talk about what you know. One of the good examples would be like Dragon Ball Z or something, like I grew up with it. I can go chat with a friend or buddy of mine and chat literally for hours. And it's not even about promoting myself as a business or anything like that. It would be just growing an audience. You pretty much brand yourself, according to what you know. Don't try to reinvent the wheel for yourself. Don't try to go out and learn how to do TikTok shop if you haven't even sold anything. You can, test the waters and everything, but talk about what you know. And then from there, start kind of messing around with everything else. And video podcasting is just another form of testing the waters. It's another form of building your community. Collaborating with other people will make your podcast stand out a lot more. Being one-on-one like this, without someone to bounce ideas off, it becomes a little bit more harder to keep going. And honestly, statistics speak, like, get past like 22 episodes and you're in the 1% already. So, video podcasting is where the attention is right now. It's the new billboards, pretty much, the new radio, the new TV commercial, podcasting, video podcasting, to emphasize on the video more.
That's a fantastic answer. It really shows how powerful, podcasting can be as a marketing tool, and how it allows businesses to connect with their audience in a more personal and authentic way. Plus, it's a great way to showcase, what you're passionate about, and build that community around your brand. Great job explaining that.
Thank you, Chat GPT. Now, let's say, oh man, I had this idea of how to pretend, be the expert in marketing and media for me right now. Would you talk me out of podcasting if you were in a marketing or media company? If you would talk me out of it, what would you say? And we'll go from there.
All right, putting on my marketing expert hat. If I were to talk you out of podcasting, I might say something like, podcasting can be pretty time consuming and requires consistency. If your audience isn't really into podcasts, or if you don't have the resources to keep producing content regularly, it might not be the best use of your time and budget. There could be other platforms that align better with your target audience and your business goals. How would you counter that?
Oh, how will I counter that? So as far as time, what I do for my business is, I'm not trying to get you to work more. What I provide is convenience, right? So one of the things that I keep hearing a lot is, I don't have time. They barely listen to podcasts themselves. But the convenience I bring is, like, you just show up and re-record, or I go to you and record and let me take care of the rest. So as far as like time, that's not really a deal breaker for me. And then as far as resources, I have all the resources. I have the know-how. I like to teach as I go, so that way I'm not doing it forever, because I don't want to be the person doing it for you forever. I would like for you, the person I work with, to grow and learn, and eventually like make better decisions marketing, because it's only going to make them stronger and make them more aware of where their money is going and how it's affecting them, right? But I guess that's one of the things you have to figure out. So what's your budget? What's your time worth? And then as far as I can't remember the rest of the question. What was the last part, or one of the few parts I haven't talked about yet?
You cover most of it really well. The last part was about making sure that podcasting aligns with your business goals and your target audience. But I think you explained it perfectly by providing that convenience and helping businesses learn along the way. You're really adding a ton of value. So that definitely makes podcasting a strong option.
So let's say you're talking to me about starting a podcast. What are some of the questions you would ask a potential client?
Great question. I'd probably start by asking what your main goals are for the podcast. Are you looking to build brand awareness, connect with your community, or maybe generate leads? I'd also ask who your target audience is and what kind of content they enjoy. Another big one would be how often you envision releasing episodes, and what resources or support you might need to make that happen. Those kind of questions really help shape the direction of the podcast.
Okay. So let's say somebody says, I don't want to invest all this money. Can you explain to me what is actually needed to start a podcast?
Absolutely. To get started, you really just need a good microphone, a quiet space to record, and some basic recording and editing software, which can even be free. If you're doing video podcasts, then a decent camera and some good lighting can help, but you don't have to break the bank. The main thing is just having quality content and consistency.
So for those things you mentioned that you need, can someone's iPhone or smartphone be all those things in a quiet space?
Absolutely. A smartphone, especially something like an iPhone, can definitely cover all those bases. It has a great camera, a pretty solid microphone, and you can use free or inexpensive apps to record and edit. So if you got a quiet space and your smartphone, you're pretty much good to go.
Just so people understand what I'm trying to do here. I'm not trying to like promote podcasting as like hire me. I would love for people to just start a podcast because they wanted to, not because I'm telling them to, and that's the next smart move. I want them to be genuinely excited to start and share their story, share their product, share their guests, their highlight, whoever they want. Just so people walk away with value from this specific episode. What's absolute step one on what to do to at least start? Like, what's the first step? What's the absolute first step? There's no getting by it. Go ahead and give them that value, and then we'll end the show after that.
The absolute first step is simply to start recording. Just grab whatever device you have, hit record, and start talking about what you're passionate about. You can refine things and get fancy with equipment and editing later, but the most important thing is just to begin and get your voice out there.
I'm about to sneeze, so go ahead and close this out.
All right. That's a wrap for this episode. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope you got some valuable insights. Until next time, keep exploring, keep creating, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Chad. Thanks, everybody, for watching episode 2 of You, Me, Chat GPT. Don't know what I'm going to title it. I think I'm just going to title it, What is Podcasting for the Who, What, Why, Where, and Why? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. See you later, guys.